What's the motherfucking deal? I gotta apologize to y'all, Sauce Nation. It's my fault. It's the old lady's birthday, so it took me a little bit. I was running a little bit behind, and we gonna probably have a little bit of a shorter sauce, but we still gonna make sure we blow up, and we gonna stir up plenty of flavor. You know what I'm saying? This evening. So again, like I say, I apologize for the tardiness. You know, but I ain't finna go to the attendance office, get no hall pass and no shit like that just because I'm late. You know what I'm saying? I remember that old bullshit from high school. But welcome to Sauce Sports. If you're not familiar with Sauce Sports, man, Sauce Sports is a Houston, Texas homer network. So that means we're talking all sports, but only Houston. With that being said, man, we're going to talk about a couple of things this evening. You know, looking forward to the Texans versus 49ERS preseason game. And we're going to talk about a couple of players that you should be keeping your eyes on. And we're going to open up the sauce lines a little bit early tonight. You know, we're going to get a real interaction. Make sure y'all get to spill some sauce in. You know, definitely want to hear y'all's takes, y'all's thoughts, and what y'all got on y'all's mind. But with that being said, first and foremost, shout out to the round table, man. Who do we got in the mix with us this evening?
You got your boy Third Coast Sports TV, Wink in the building.
You got your boy Hector Flores in the mix.
And you got your boy Wise in the mix as well.
Wish I had my damn pen in the mix, but goddamn it, I misplaced that bitch. But with that being said, man, we're going to talk about some good shit tonight. But first, before we dive into any of that shit, before we dive into anything, I guess I got to rock with the pencil tonight, goddamn. My lady a Diet Coke. Shit, look, ain't no soda. We don't drink no soda shit. But you know, we'll buy one. We'll look at it. We'll take a look at it. But I appreciate the love, Voodoo Child. But we got to talk about the most important motherfucking news in the city before we do anything else, and that is you, Sauce Nation, the freshest motherfucking ingredients, man. So we're going to get jumping with the roll call. And if you're not familiar with the roll call, man, the roll call is, hey, if you're from the city being Houston, that you shout out your side with pride. If you're not from the city, you know what I'm saying, then, you know, let us know what's in a little bit of that digital love, man. And we'll make sure we get it to you live and direct ASAP. So here is the deal. I definitely don't look like I done missed out on that one. You're gonna have to hit me to it. But we'll see who we got in the mix, man, and we're gonna definitely make it shake. I'm gonna start at the very tizop. I see Wink in the mix. Mr. Agent Pikachu, my favorite of all the Pikachus, and that's not racist. Hey, this my favorite Pikachu. Voodoo Child, T-Mac, David Pritchard, what's the motherfucking deal? Hector Rodriguez, Brian Cushion, Kenneth, Ashmel, what's the motherfucking deal? Miss Voodoo C, Man Up, Dark Galaxy, what's the motherfucking deal? Oscar Federico, J-Pac, Seth, T-Mac, I don't know if I said it twice, but hey, twice is nice. T-Real, what's the motherfucking deal? Turf Dog, Magooney. That name always makes me laugh. Dage, what's the motherfucking deal, man? DeMarcus, what's the motherfucking deal? Dylan Terrell, what's going down? Quincy Jones, Josh Cooper. Let me show Heidi. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Texans had a worse defense, and then people justify hiring Mike Vrabel. I don't know what kind of bizarro world we live in, but hey, that's their problem now, not ours. The Q, Ferocious. Jack Tripp and the motherfucking pimp, Jimmy R, Jay Dizzle, Broderick Brooks, what's the motherfucking deal? Zach, even though you're a Zeke fan, Vampire Lord, what's the motherfucking deal? Joseph Tenney, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see, White Persuasion, shout out to White Persuasion. He got that mug today. He part of the Sauce Mug Club. You know what I'm saying? It's a very exclusive club, but you know what I'm saying? Be a part of that. Paul Delgado, what's the motherfucking deal? Yeah, you got to get. You got the live color scheme. Cody Johnson, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me make sure I ain't missing nobody. Your boy Anthony, what's the motherfucking deal? Berkeley Boss in the sauce already. Let me see. Let me see, make sure I ain't missing nobody. ATX in the mix. Terry Simmons, what's the motherfucking deal? Sandy Ravage, what's the motherfucking deal? I gave you power, what's the motherfucking deal? I see Arkansas in the house, SWAT in the house already. Buenos Aires already. Let me see. The Rice Military Section, El Valley. Oh, okay. I want to make sure I ain't motherfucking me missing nobody. No missing. You only get one shout out. Kenny, Oscar Federico. I don't know if I said it, but hey, what's the motherfucking deal to everybody? And if I missed you, man, hey, you know it's no hard feelings. There's a lot of action going on. I want to get into it. I want to start stirring up some flavor, man. Again, you know, no hard feeling. But we got some things we're going to talk about. Like I said, we're going to just kind of dive into it. We're going to open up the sauce lines, in a few minutes. But first thing I want to kind of do is, hey, like I said, tomorrow is the second preseason game. And it's going to probably, they said the time that the players spend is going to be similar to the first game. So you don't expect a lot from Watson, maybe a series or two. Maybe we'll get to see some wide action and some other guys, because, like I said, a lot of the starters didn't get a whole lot of time in KC, and yet we still had a pretty dominant outing versus the Chiefs. And the reason for that being, because they had joint practice this week, they got to see a lot of what they wanted to see because, the preseason games ain't about shit. That's just about seeing what these guys look like in live game action. And so they've already had a chance to see that. I ain't mad at that. But with that being said, knowing that it may be a little bit of limited PT, I want to kind of get around the round table and see what is it that you guys are most interested in seeing, or who is it that you're most interested in seeing? What particular player are you looking forward to seeing the most in what they may do? We'll start with Wink, and then we'll work our way to Wise. Wink, your thoughts on the preseason game. What player are you looking most forward to seeing in action tomorrow night?
Man, I'm looking to see if Duke can do what he did again. I really want to see if he can go up against another if he can go up against a guy like Joe Staley or somebody like that and dominate, then I'm going to know right off. It's not even going to take me to the season to say that this man is the real deal. He's going to be my top player, but I'm going to keep my eyes on Dylan Cole and Brendan Scarlett because they showed me some things last game that I definitely want to see again.
Okay. Hector, your thoughts? Any particular player that you're most interested in watching and seeing what they're going to bring to the game tomorrow during the preseason?
Specific player, I'd like to see more of Aaron Colvin. This is the guy that we brought in the big money for, so definitely would like to see what he do as a 1 or 2 corner. But position group wise, I want to see how this offensive line does against this 49ers front seven.
Okay. Get some live action, live fire against the front seven. Because, we talked about that, kind of having some questionable outings, the last couple of days at practice and seeing what they really are working with when they can put some points on the board. Wise, your thoughts on the most interesting or the player that you're most interested in seeing tomorrow in the preseason game?
I want to see more from Troymaine Pope. I want to see if he's going to actually win that second position at the running back position because I'm tired of seeing guys like Alfred Blue be our number 2, and we know Alfred Blue really can't do anything. He's just Alfred Blue. He does what he does. I mean, he don't have no big play impacts. If he make a big play, he getting hawked down. So I want to see some explosiveness in this offense, and I think that's what Troymaine Pope adds to this offense. So I want to see a little bit more from him in the first half with the 1s and the 2s.
So, like I say, just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like I say, how often or how much do you expect, and we'll work our way back, how much do you expect to honestly see from one young Watson? I know that they said, it's not going to be a lot, but then you also heard the kind of speculation at camp that, they weren't looking necessarily too great. Are you thinking that BOB want to see a little bit more out of him? Because, again, as the games go along, you're going to have one more after this before the fourth game, which no starters really play in, Do you think that he needs to utilize this opportunity to kind of see Deshaun a little bit more live action, or say, hey, we got Deshaun, let's kind of just wait until the season because we pretty much know what we're digging with that, and just kind of see what you get in your backups with Whedon and Webb and kind of let them jockey for position? How do you feel about the backup QB situation and what you do with Deshaun, Wise?
I think he might play the whole first quarter of this game because last game Bill O'Brien just wanted him to get in that game day mentality, and that's what he said. He just wanted him to go through the motions. He wanted him to get ready, have that mindset, warm up, get some basic reps. That's why they only did one passing play because this guy hasn't played in a year, just about a year coming up soon. So I think you'll see a little bit more from him so he can get some chemistry with that offense. We'll definitely see more from him week 3, so that's not to worry about. Our backup quarterback situation, we're going to see Brandon Whedon a lot and Joe Webb, but I personally want to see Joe Webb because Joe Webb has that excitement. Brandon Whedon, ain't nothing wrong with Brandon Whedon. I like Brandon Whedon. He can get the job done, but Joe Webb adds more excitement to the game. He going to go out there and risk his whole life just to get a first down. So that's what I like to see when guys trying to make a roster. I mean, it's the preseason. If you're really trying to make a roster, you got to do whatever you want to do to make this NFL roster. It's only 53 men that make an NFL roster. And if you're not working hard enough to make the roster, then that's all on you.
I definitely agree with you on the point that Webb will definitely go out his way to make a play. Do you think this is an opportunity, Hector, and for a guy like Webb to secure a third QB position, or do you think that the Texans go in with just two? And how much Watson do you expect to see this game, Hector?
I would say maybe 2 or 3 drives. We'll see from Watson, but I think Brandon Weeden, you get someone that can get the job done. I think I've said that way too many times now about Brandon Weeden, but that's literally what you get from him. Joe Webb is exciting, but I do definitely think that he has some issues as far as completing some of his passes. But I mean, if he goes all out, and I think he knows what he needed to work on from the last game, I mean, he's an exciting player, and I would like to see the Texans have 3 quarterbacks just because I just don't want to take that risk. I like the idea of playing it safe with 3 quarterbacks, and Joe Webb is I think we're in a good place with Joe Webb and Brandon Weeden as backups to Deshaun Watson.
Okay, I can definitely agree with that. Someone texted in, White Persuasion texted in asking what the current sauce leaderboard is. I'll run that down for y'all. The top 5 currently, because remember, hey man, and I still got to make sure everybody who called in texting, y'all get y'all sauce later on this evening after the stream. I'll get all that together for y'all. Right now, Miss Voodoo C is leading the pack. Next is Jason Mathis, then Tone Texas, Joshua, Jaja, then Devontae Love rounds out the top 5. Now, I will say, though, that Miss Voodoo C has a sizable lead on most of y'all, and Jason is probably the next closest. The rest of y'all got a little bit of a ways to go to catch up, so y'all might have to take some risks, man. Got to do a little bit of gambling if y'all trying to get that sauce merch at the end of the month. So, got to put in that work. Got to make sure you utilize the sauce line, all that other good stuff. Wink, your thoughts on how much Watson we see, and, how does the Webb-Weeden battle play out?
I agree with Hector, and I agree with Wise on these 2 different points. I do agree with Hector that we should have, the 3 quarterbacks on this team, because you have to have a certain amount of mobility behind Deshaun Watson, as a backup plan. You don't know what we don't know what's ahead of us. You know what I'm saying? And I think he should be able to get his feet wet and play like a quarter if he can. If he can't play a quarter, definitely like 4 series. If he can do that, if he can play 4 series on 3 of them, I see him throwing touchdowns. It's just that simple. I think if he gives and he plays that much, I see him throwing dimes all over the field, and then the level of conversation is going to change. Oh God, well, we wrong about Deshaun Watson's injury and shit like this. And see, that's the reason why I want him to play a quarter. I think the moment he touches the ball, and I think we're having the defense on the field causing turnovers the way that they were against the team we played last week with just backups, I can only imagine what the starters are going to look like if you get Merciless. I'm pretty sure Clowney probably won't play, but even if you can get a guy like Merciless and you can get Bernard McKinney in the game, I think that's going to make a major difference on the field. And you can see Honey Badger and all those guys mesh together to get their communication down game-wise. Practice is cool, but I think we want to see it in game, a couple of times to know for a fact that this team is legit and we won't have any real questions going into the season.
Okay. Now, we're going to open up the sauce line here in about 3-4 minutes after we get off this next question. So make sure if y'all want to call in, y'all be prepared. We're going to open up early today, so we ain't going to keep y'all waiting all day. But I do want to talk about, last week we didn't really see any of the starting receivers, honestly, and they were still able to move the ball down the field pretty well. Troy Maine had some yardage, Miller looked good, kind of his first burst. How much more of the starting skill positions, and, I guess you consider running back a skill position. Some people say yes, some people say nay. But starting receivers like Hopkins and Fuller, or do you think they're trying to play cautious with them? And how much do you see of running back Lamar Miller Do you see a couple of drives out of them? How much time do you see them having? And talking about the tight ends, who do you see getting the most significant time at tight end? We'll start with Wink and then work our way back to Wise.
Jordan Akins is going to get a lot of work. He's going to end up getting a lot of work because he's been showing a lot of good things in practice. So I'm pretty sure he's going to take up a lot of the reps so they can see what they have in him. Tremaine Pope, I definitely want to see him get in a lot of good work. And honestly, I want him to come in second before Alfred Blue. Alfred Blue deserves no second team reps. Not after his performance. When you go back and you go look at it, you know, it's just like he really wasn't doing anything. And years prior, he was much, especially last year, he was much more decisive. And when he was carrying the ball, and I just didn't see it the other day. But like I said, it's probably the scheme that they ran that caused him to be ineffective, or maybe he just couldn't hit the holes the way that he wanted to. But either case, that's pretty much how I feel about it. I want these guys to play. I honestly want to see D-Hop play, you know, for a good series or two, just to show everybody, man, I'm the fucking best, man. There's a lot of shit that's been said out here, and plus he just had the scuffle. It's no bigger time for him to go on the stage with Deshaun Watson and go out here and go glove on these dudes so they can have all types of conversations so they can get Jalen Ramsey talking. Because maybe they just might ask, how do you feel about DeAndre Hopkins? And he gonna end up giving him all the respect in the world because he knows he's that dude for real. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
So you got a couple of texts coming in. We're gonna get to those texts and we're gonna get to those calls as soon as like I say, everybody gets their opportunity to speak on it. Hector, your thoughts on seeing more of these starting skill positions, like I say, the wide receivers, running backs, and who do you think is going to get the most shine at the tight end position this week? Your thoughts on that?
I think we'll see Akins a little bit just to make sure that. Just like a verification as to what he did last week, but I think they will give Anderson some time, as well as Thomas and Griffin, because Akins is kind of now looking like the favorite, especially the way he looked at practice. So I mean, now it's you kind of see Akins now being kind of seen as the top dog, as at least in everybody else's eyes at this point. So you're definitely gonna have to start seeing which tight end is going to be there for depth reasons. But skill positions, I think the starters will be there as long as Watson's out there on the field as well. I don't think you want to risk that much about D-Hop as well as every other skill position. And I mean, with that, it just gives more of an opportunity for the running backs and other wide receivers like Sammy Kells and Braxton Miller to once again solidify themselves to make this 53-man roster.
Interesting. Yeah, we got some real interesting texts coming in. We're going to make sure we address a lot of those. Man, shout out to Chandler, showing love to the round table, holding down the round, as always. And you got another text, but like I said, we'll get to that after. We said shout out to the round table, Honcho, Wink, Hector, Wise. It's Chandler. Make sure we got to show love to Chandler. Chandler holds down the sauce line like no other, so we appreciate you always, Chandler. I want to get your thoughts, Wise, on starting wide receivers. Should we see more from them and the running backs as far as Lamar Miller? And I want to know about the top tight end. Who do you think is going to get the most shine, in your opinion?
It depends on how long Deshaun Watson is in there. If Deshaun Watson's in there for the whole first quarter, then I want to see the receivers and I want to see the starting running backs rolling with him the whole time. Same thing with the offensive line. If that number one offensive line is in there, that's how long I want that number one running back in there, Lamar Miller. But I do want to see Tremaine Pope with that offensive line as well, so he can get a couple of opportunities. For where it goes at tight end, I like what I've been seeing from Akins so far. He might get the most opportunities, but I do like what I'm seeing from Jordan Thomas as well. Jordan Thomas has been making a few catches as well. I don't want to see Ryan Griffin. I'm tired of Ryan Griffin, to be honest. He's too slow, and with this new offensive scheme, I don't think he really fits in. Now that I go back and watch film, I mean, he makes a couple of passes. He gets wide open sometimes, but it's not all of the time. He doesn't create that much of a separation on defensive backs and linebackers. And another receiver I also want to see is Braxton Miller more of. this game because Braxton has been making a couple of big catches in training camp. And also I want to see Vincent Smith, the undrafted free agent we got at wide receiver. He's been making a name for himself in camp as well.
Man. Yeah, I definitely would like to see some more of those guys kind of at the lower tier because I've been hearing some good stuff about them. But if you don't get a chance to do it on a big stage, then, you know, it's a bit of an issue. So here's the deal, man. Y'all are wilding out on the motherfucking Sauce text line, but I got let me go ahead and put the number up here. Okay, so calls will be over. We'll start taking your calls early. I'm going to start reading some of these texts, man. I'll start at the beginning. We'll work our way back to the front. So hold on, let me go ahead and jot this down real quick. So, you know, because I never marked the sauce line. So folks who catch it late to know when the sauce line is open, because we definitely had some very interesting calls yesterday. And you know, shout out to Clarence for coming into the lines then. You know, he might have left with a foot missing. Some of that stuff he was talking crazy might have got nipped a little bit, but it's still all love. You know what I'm talking about?
In the chat, but he never called in. I respect Titans up. He don't talk too much smack. He understands how his team is trash still. I mean, but Clarence, he got the balls to call in. He got the balls to defend his team no matter what.
Exactly. Matter of fact, Zach on the text line talking trash. I'm finna handle Zach in just a second, so y'all be prepared for that. But here's the deal. Let's see where we at. Let's start at the beginning. Chandler said, you know, honestly, I told you Isaiah Wynn was injured, out for the season. I do remember Chandler saying something about Isaiah Wynn. He had his doubts about him earlier around draft time. So I do remember Chandler kind of making a comment, but I have to go back and see exactly what it was. But that took place today. So do you feel like the Texans dodged a bullet on that? And with the text line, we'll just kind of have it like more of a lightning round type situation. We'll just kind of throw it up for whoever wants to address it, you know, and then we'll just make sure everybody has a chance to answer the conversation before we move on to the next thing. So Isaiah Wynn out for the season. I think an Achilles situation, if I'm not mistaken, ACL or Achilles. Did the Texans dodge a bullet on that one?
ACL, but we can't tell because we can't really say because just because he got injured with them doesn't mean he would have got injured with us. I mean, that means absolutely nothing.
Especially with us bringing in Luke Richardson, a guy that's known for fits in soft tissue injuries. So, right. I mean, you can't say that. Isaiah Wynn was still a quality guard, and that's a huge loss for the Patriots, and they know it. So, yeah. I mean, it's not like we dodged the bullet, but he would have helped our offensive line. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, Isaiah Wynn is still Isaiah Wynn. It doesn't. Yeah. I mean, it was unfortunate he got injured, but we don't know what would have happened if he was here. So, you just gotta hope for a good recovery for him because he is a great player, and I hope that he does get healthy.
Yeah, honestly, the interior just got a hell of a lot weaker.
Yeah. So what does that bode for the Texans in Week 1? I mean, with all the losses, now having injuries and all that, I mean, is it looking better for the Texans if we can remain relatively healthy?
Absolutely.
There's a lot of holes in the O-line now.
Yeah, you got that. You got Marcus Cannon and guys like that, you know, right now that they don't trust. I mean, I know they balled out last night in the preseason game, but that's a preseason game. When the games start counting and you start going against real defenses like you're going to have to see against us Week 1, I think people are going to have to take advantage. And I think a person who's going to have to show up the most in that game is J.J. Watt because he's been pretty ineffective against Tom Brady throughout his entire career.
Okay. Oh, yeah, don't mind me. I spilled my ice a little bit. All right, we got a call coming in on the sauce line, man. Let's see what we got shaking. Hold on. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get to you. All right. Oh shit! I guess we ain't gonna get to you. My fault. I was trying to get it activated, but I guess I missed the call. Call back. I think that was Ashmel calling in. So call back so you can spill your sauce on the line. I had to get the proper headgear, and I be forgetting. Players fuck up, man. Hey, but we always fix it up, so that's all that count. Again, here's the deal. Let me see. Got a couple other texts. This one says, question for Hector. Says, Watt has dominated practice. Do you think he wins comeback player of the year?
I I think so. I don't know of any other players that have like big injuries from last season. So, I mean, I definitely would put Watt up for contention for that.
Okay. I mean, so one way or the other, does Watt end up winning some type of award? I hear a lot of people talking about, defensive player of the year. He's back in that type of form. I don't know about that just quite yet. I think it has to be seen, regular season against some real competition. That's kind of where I'm at on that one. But if not defensive player of the year, you saying most likely comeback player of the year?
I think if you talk about defensive player of the year, yeah, most likely comeback player of the year. I think it'll be more fitting.
Yeah. Comeback player of the year seems more attainable to me.
Yeah.
I think it's just a more attainable award. And honestly, I think comeback of the year, player of the year is going to be Deshaun Watson. I think he's going to trump him. I see no reason. It's either going to be Deshaun Watson or Carson Wentz to win that award.
Yo.
That's the only way it's going to be. It will not be J.J. Watt.
Yeah, that's gonna
but what if Deshaun Watson gets MVP?
Then
he gonna have 2 awards.
Yeah, he might win 2. Yeah, he might win 2. Who knows, man?
That's interesting.
But
it might be a couple.
I don't think I could see like someone getting comeback player of the year and MVP. That would be pretty impressive.
That would be legendary.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would.
Shit, I mean, they need to make that shake. Quarterbacks automatically get overly favored for awards anyway, no matter what. Because that was that 1 year Watt should have honestly won MVP for what he did. Because when's the last time you seen a defensive player put those kind of remotely close to those numbers? I mean, across the board. But don't go expecting that guy again. But again, if we can get 85% Watt, I think that we are kosher. I see somebody texted it's my birthday today. Send me your name on that one. I'm not sure the number on that one. I ain't finna go through all the text to double check who it is, but I'll definitely give you a birthday shout out, whoever that is. So make sure.
Happy birthday!
Shout out to the old lady for the birthday too.
Well, she don't get no damn shout out. She already got some damn cake and some shit. Goddamn, take it up a nigga time.
We're trying to suck up their wise. It's not a wise decision.
She making me go through all my bread today.
Got a nigga running late and shit. Got me stirring up the sauce. Almost got the sauce stale and shit. Nah, but shout out to it's all good. We go get into some shenanigans, do a couple of things this weekend. Might as well celebrate. Let's celebrate. Shout out to the round table. Would like to see Duke Ejiofor with the first team. What do y'all think, Joshua?
Absolutely.
He started last game. Yeah, he did. And just Davion Clowney's still out, so he definitely gonna get action. So
yeah, he's gonna play. I see him. I see him because he did so well against the first team offensive line in the last game. He got so many pressures and hits that how can you not start him? He has to play, and expect a lot of 4-3. We're running a lot of 4-3, so a lot of 4-3, a lot of nickel, a lot of 5-2. I seen a lot of that the last time we played, so I want to see Romeo Crennel just scheme the shit out of this football team because he ain't even pulled the real stops out yet.
Okay. They said Pat Mahomes just sent a 70-yard bomb for a TD. Why he ain't do that against us?
Full story, bro.
He couldn't. Because we was on his ass.
Man, exactly. Boy couldn't do nothing. Line couldn't do nothing. Zach, I'm gonna address this little comment that you made, Zach. You know what I'm saying? You just want it. You just want to work. Zach says, I seen that video. What happened to your boy D Hop? Zach, when it comes down to the rules of the game of the pigskin, I call that a catch. That's what happened in my book. That's what I saw. I saw a catch. I saw a completion. I saw a pass interference. So I saw some extra yards on that. I saw a lucky punch and a bunch of people rush somebody. I didn't see him get dropped. I mean, what exactly do you mean? What happened? Explain to me. Did he drop the ball? I saw a lot of hands. I saw helmets getting knocked off, all this, but I saw a completed catch. That's what I saw. You let me know what you were referring to that by Zach. What happened?
Oh, and then didn't he go right back the very next day and do it right again for a touchdown? Oh,
exactly. I'm curious. I mean, what exactly? Let's see what
the Cowboys have a wide receiver.
And that's my question.
Hector was there. He saw it all yesterday.
And
he saw every piece of it.
My question is, who is the Cowboys' number one receiver? Measley Beasley?
Tavon Austin.
Austin?
Yeah, Tavon Austin. Get the fuck out of here, bro. What a bum burger.
Tavon Austin has to be one of the worst receivers taken in the first round. They have to move this man running back.
He's a much better special teams player than he is anything. I will give him that. He's a hell of a special teams player, hell of a returner. And he can actually run the ball if you put him in the backfield. Receiver, fuck out of here.
All right, man.
Hey, Joshua. You know what? I believe Joshua haha, though.
What'd he say?
I'll be the best wide receiver at the Cowboys camp right now.
Yeah,
bro, yeah, you would, bro. Gavin Escobar is better than that motherfucker.
Zach, I got a video for you to look up, Zach. Go on YouTube, put in David Carr dominates Dak Prescott in a passing competition on NFL Network, and then come talk to me.
Right.
All right, we got another text from Jay Dizzle. Shout out to Jay Dizzle, man. All right, this is a very interesting question. It says, I have a question for you, Honcho, and yes, you need to inform them of the question and give a real answer, not a BS, politically correct answer neither. Who would win in a free-for-all fight to the death of the tubers in stream today? I say Tenny because he looked like he keep a razor blade stuck to the roof of his mouth. Laughing my ass off. He looked like that silent killer type, man. I mean, I meant Wise. I thought he was Tenny. So... who wins?
What?
So you want a real answer? No BS. You know what I'm saying?
Amongst us, like
we all on the same mission. We all on the same goals. We Sauce Nation, and we ain't got no beef. We ain't got no problems.
No,
maybe it's 10. They can see us, but
why would you even expect? Why would you even expect any of us to even answer that? Like I'm just
clearly me.
Yeah, I watch Honcho. Like I'm just supposed to say, man, I watch the fuck out of Hickman and Wise right now. Like the fuck, I don't know. I have no idea, bro. Like I have no idea. I could care less about that. This ain't no divide and conquer over here. We know the tricks of the trade. So you can go over there before we can take your ass over. Before I turn into Miss Trunchbull, whoever asked that fucking question.
I'll answer the question, and I'm going to say
for children.
I don't know, man.
You did it a door now, Smalls.
Oh shit! Look, I'm laughing. I'm dying. I'm the camera back on. Oh shit! I don't know, man. I might have to keep an eye on Hector, man. He's Spanish. They be having them extra tricks. You know what I'm saying? He say something in Spanish, some Dragon Ball. Z sit in Spanish and power up on a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to expect. I'll fuck around. That's all love and around table. But shout out to Jay.
Shit, I was in the Marines.
Crazy ass fucking questions and shit. Oh yeah. Man, y'all wow. Let's see. We got another one. Like I say, man. Like I say, Asman, I know I saw you call in early. If you want to call back, like I say, it was my fault because I didn't have the headgear in.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Man, that shit was fun. I ain't got shit. I meant to save it. It booted up. I'm a post on the gram. If y'all ain't followed on the gram, and I think Wink, you posted it on the on your Twitter.
Twitter.
Shout out to Preacher, but he said, "Yo, Honcho, I say I'm sorry. I had to do clearance with that meme I made. Thought so. That shit was fucking hilarious. If y'all ain't seen that, man, go check it out. I think it's posted on.
I got it in the chat.
I found it to be very spot on.
I posted it in the chat for the Skype. It's in there. Just scroll up.
Let me see if I can pull that up real quick.
Yeah, you can pull that up.
I found it to be a very spot on, a very spot on picture to the situation.
You got to post that up. Whenever that's Clarence, that's what got to pop up anytime Clarence call in.
Where is Clarence?
He ain't in here today. But we kind of predicted that.
He's probably in his room right now, like.
Let me see if I can repost that, man.
God.
Pop up. Okay, there you go.
Oh shit!
Hold on, I'm gonna repost it on the other one. Here we go.
So my God!
So that we can share this with the world. The world needs to see this.
How do you know about the hot dogs?
Where's Titty at, bro?
Titty calls up right now. Do the impersonation.
Yeah, Titty gotta call in now. Like,
let me see if
that shit was hilarious, bro. Man, when he sent me that shit on Instagram, I died laughing. Like, I couldn't believe he did that shit. It was so witty. It was so quick to the point. I was like, what? That shit funny.
My boy can't get me on the field.
Oh my God! Every time
man.
I see it, bro, he got that hot dog hat. He got that hoochie burger hat on. And if y'all ain't watched Martin, y'all don't know about hoochie burger, bro. Like that motherfucker look like Ed from Good Burger. Oh my God!
It's a question from DeMarcus, man. Say, do you think the Texans drafted Kiki to give Braxton Miller some self-motivation and to prove that he belongs?
I think naturally so, but I honestly think they just wanted to exploit more options in the passing game. That's honestly what I think.
I think that was a little bit behind it, but it was we kind of needed some depth at wide receiver after last year having to at one point only having 3 wide receivers due to health issues, and then also he's a special teamer, so we haven't really had a good really good kick returner in a while. So I think Kiki Kuti just like checked in a lot of boxes for us.
We got a call coming in on the sauce line. Hold on, let's turn this thing up. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in on the sauce line this evening?
It's Edmund.
Man, what's the motherfucking deal, man? How you doing this evening? What kind of sauce you want to splash on the line?
It's just a real question for the roundtable. It's just who do you think is the most attractive head coach in the NFL?
As clarify that for you, boy. You know how good. I mean, I'm on here. I'm hoping that attractive means like if you had an opening on your team, that would be the one that you would like to bring in the most.
Like
that's how I'm answering
we could
attractive.
bring in, or unless he really wants us to know who we think is a really hot coach.
I got a wife at home, bro.
There's a lot of fat dudes in the NFL coaching right now. I don't know if I could just pick them.
Man, fucking. Oh, you know where you go with that one. If you talking about
deduct some of his sauce, bro. like ASAP. Like deduct some sauce.
You got to find for the sauce.
Hey, Voodoo or Mrs. Voodoo.
Dude, man.
We do you please deduct his sauce. We know y'all got the power.
Cowboys fans, some retards, bro. I don't know about Hugh Jackson, bro, but maybe you would have gotten excited of having him put his arms around your neck then.
No, man. Look, Hugh Jackson was out there trying to be cool, and one of them practiced with the big shorts on.
Nah, what happened? He's trying.
Okay, so in the first episode of Hard Knocks, he's talking to Baker Mayfield because he's like wondering how come he didn't show up to the facility like at early in the morning like Tyrod does. And so he goes up to him, he puts his arms around Baker Mayfield's neck and like whispers to his ear like, "What time did you come in today?"
Wait, what? We did what?
Man.
No,
dude, I put the picture on the group chat.
Joe Nathan, are you talking about? Are you talking about sports fan entertainment? Or you talking about sports fan entertainment?
Man, did y'all watch that video? The season preview video? Did y'all watch that shit?
He said 79. Sports fan entertainment is a retard. He hated on the Texans all last year. Didn't want to eat the crow when he got their ass kicked. Because he's always fucking wrong. He's a biased-ass Titans fan. And he knows what's going to happen again this year. Fuck sports
he's the
fan
most biased.
Dog. That dude's trash, dog.
He always got a fucking excuse.
Like, that motherfucker's a pure hater, dog. Fuck sports fan entertainment.
Oh, God,
I can tell him Saul said that shit. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he really wanted his shit, he need to pull up on the Titans game. He need to come through and back up his accusations, because I'd love to see it live and direct and explain why he was so wrong about that 57-14 and why them niggas barely could beat us whenever we fucking he had the Titans going something like that last year, dog. Come on, dog. Like I saw that shit. Like, my thing is, this is why you know he's a hater, because in the title of the video is Deshaun Watson regresses. Like, why are you mad at them, and how does he regress? Because Marcus Mariota does. Why doesn't Marcus Mariota progress? Why you worried about us regressing and Mariota can't progress? Like, come on, man.
And his first season, his first season, in two more games, maybe we can even go as far as to say he could have thrown easily with some of the plays that Tom Savage could have had in that game with how dudes were open. he honestly could have threw at least, like, the way that they were playing man in that game, and I told y'all they was going to play man all game, and they played man all game until they started getting their asses carved up, and after the half, they started playing zone and shit like that, because Wade Phillips, matter of fact, just on Twitter, Charles James, because Eli Rogers, I want to say from the Giants or somebody like that, was saying that no player can run man all day. And the old buddy was like, bullshit. Wade Phillips, all he runs is man. And he gave a breakdown by breakdown. Then you seen Charles James say the same shit. He was like, shit, in 2015 on the Texans, that's all we ran was man. He said because the pass rush was so damn good. So we ran man the whole time. We adjusted accordingly, but the original calls were always man. So, you know, it's whatever, man.
Okay. Well, that's what's up. Y'all said it's been the best week of the South. Well, that's what's up, man. That's good shit. That's good shit. It's only gonna get better. Gonna get better. Ashmel says, don't fall asleep on Jordan Thomas at tight end. He will be the man of the match tomorrow. Okay. I'm gonna keep an eye on him because, like I said, I saw him have some nice catches. He pulled up a couple of nice snags in practice.
Wise mentioned him earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
shout out to Seth Clark, man. Happy birthday, Seth Clark, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Seth because he be holding down on the gram and holding it down in the sauce, man. So happy birthday. I hope you're having a good one. And like I said, many more, man. So congratulations on that. You know what I'm saying? Turn up. Is that what the kids are still saying?
Oh, wow. Not like that. No, not like that, bro.
That nigga look like he got some intimate shit he want to say to you and shit. You know
Dude, he whispered to his ear like he didn't even like. I'm telling you, he's like, "What time did you come in today?"
He still got that voice like that. Like he does sound like that. Like,
good grief, man. Good grief.
Impersonation is actually one of my very few skills.
Oh my god, bro! You sounded just like that nigga. Oh my god, man. Bro! He said, "Yeah, what time did you come in?"
Mr. Asian Pikachu Killer, he said you could tell sports fan entertainment the type of dude to spit at a hot dog before eating it. Good God. Dog.
Oh wow. Oh my god, bro. He lame, bro. Like he's super lame.
Yeah,
I'm glad he figuring out his little path. I'm glad he in college getting what he got to do, and you know what I'm saying. As far as the man, he taking care of shit. But in terms of this YouTube shit, he's a joke.
Yeah, it's like one thing to be biased, man, but then you gotta be realistic at certain points. Like, come on, you know that the Titans are with a healthy Texas team. Titans are not even in the conversation,
right?
Let's be realistic. Like we give Clarence a bunch of shit, we give the Jags a bunch of shit, but we are honest. Hey. That's a stout defense. They got a couple of pieces on defense, but it's Blake Bortles is your key weakness. I mean, you can admit that. Like that's a stout defense. Right now, the only people contending for is the Jags and the Texans. The Titans. And
when you talk about most people don't even mention the Titans, bro. When you look at most predictions and most shit like that outside of Titans fans, it's very few Titans. It's very few people who actually give Titans the credit and say they got this, they got that, bro. I'm not impressed. And we've been owning them for years now. Like, why do we have to be worried about a team we own?
Exactly. I mean, we saw that
I don't
last
get
year,
it. Like,
because a bunch of people jumped off that shit quick. Because last year was people talking, "Oh yeah, the Titans, this might be that year." And then after that, 57-14, you never heard nothing again. And a lot of people knew that the Titans squeaked into the playoffs only because the division was as weak as it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, and shit, they knew that their fucking second win. There was a lot of realistic Titans fans knew that their fucking second win wasn't shit because they barely got that. But again, that dude is super biased. It needs to be, I don't know, man, trash can entertainment, whatever the fuck you want to call it, or whatever the fuck it is. So, you know, there's that.
Probably do chewing tobacco like the rest of the fucking people in Tennessee. Nasty ass.
That meth action. Let's see. Prime Dez versus Hopkins. Who was win? You know,
what?
Y'all know who sent that in. So, if you feel like that needs an answer, I mean, shit.
Dez never touched 15. The only thing that Dez could even kind of get with Hopkins on is just his touchdown production. Outside of that, Hopkins will kill him in catches. The types of catches that he'll make, big plays. Well, they both could make big plays, so I'll probably give them an even when it comes to that. But like. Route, man, shit. Like this, no. Hopkins got it clear, and his touchdown production is where it's at right now. Like, he's already leading the league and shit like that. Like, if we're talking about Dez's best season, I could say he probably got like 14 touchdowns in the season. I mean, just last year, fucking DeAndre Hopkins had 13 touchdowns with Tom Savage, Heineke, Watson, and what's it called? There's no way that Dez Bryant can do what DeAndre Hopkins does.
Man, and shout out to Broderick because he sent me a link to some San Francisco fans who were talking about practice and all that. I didn't get to catch all of it, but the first thing I did catch early on, they sat there and admitted themselves that DeAndre Hopkins is the best receiver in the league. Talking about they argue with motherfuckers at the bar and shit about DeAndre Hopkins versus AB, and they're basically like, man, AB can't do what Hopkins did. Hopkins is a better overall receiver. He can't do what he did with the players that he played with, the quarterbacks that he had. So that's what a lot of people don't take into account. You look at star receivers, they've all had a star quarterback. You look at the greatest of coaches, and this transfers over any sport. You can look at basketball, football, whatever it is. They've always had a star athlete. They've had their one guy. So like I say, Phil Jackson, everybody gives him a lot of credit, but yeah, Jordan and Kobe and Shaq. So outside of that, what the fuck did he do with regular stuff? Phil Jackson, in my opinion, maybe a little overrated. You look at Belichick. What did he do when he didn't have Brady? You know what I'm saying? You look at all these other star receivers. What did they do when they didn't have a star quarterback throwing the ball? Only person that I can just say consistently on that level that has done that thing is DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, at that type of level, who's done it? But Andre, but he was kind of consistent with Schaub for a bit, but still Schaub was not on that level.
Larry Fitzgerald has done it.
Yeah, Larry has done it. Larry has done it. And so I definitely give Larry his credit. But outside of it's not too many that you could really put in that category.
Smith has done it.
Smith was a beast.
Steve Smith has done it. He's the only. It's not that many, and they cut from an old crop. Look at the dudes that we named, and they came out of the 2003 and 2004 classes.
Yep,
that's right.
They came out of the early 2000 classes, and outside of them, the only current superstar wide receiver in the league who's done anything close to what these guys we just mentioned is doing is DeAndre Hopkins. Nobody else that's a superstar could ever go through what he's going through, be this productive, and be considered a top 2, top 3, arguably the best receiver in the game. No other receiver is in his shoes, period.
Not no modern receiver.
No.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Okay, hold on. We got a couple of I'm gonna put a little poll up for y'all since Zach want to ask the questions. I'll let Sauce Nation answer that. We'll drop that in the chat for y'all.
Zach, just call into the show, bro. Stop being pussy, bro. Just call into the show.
Just get cooked a little bit, get your little roast, get it over with, because you be talking crazy, it's only gonna hurt for a little bit, you're proud of recuperate, then we go on from there.
You'll earn some respect if you do that.
Says how many Texans receivers would beat out the Cowboy? Everybody from the top to the bottom would beat out the entire.
Kiki right now take over y'all whole wide receiver room and dominate.
You heard me?
And he's a rookie. He'll dominate.
Shit, the way Coach's been looking like he'll go over there and eat. Let's see.
Alan Hearns, y'all better hope he can stay healthy.
Because I can see Ryan Griffith being cut shit now. With Dak throwing to him, it don't even matter. With Dakota out there throwing, it's going to be a bad look for everybody. Joshua says, Titans over or under 7 wins. I say on the money.
I'd say between 7 and 7, 9 and 7. Between 7 and 9, 9 and 7. That's their peak. 9 and 7. They won't see over. They will not see double-digit wins.
Not at all.
They will not see it.
I could see Tennessee going 500.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they right on the money with that 7 and 9.
Yeah, because again, they're not gonna be able to benefit from like they did last year. Because you got Luck back, even though I don't think Luck is gonna be all the way like he was. I know it's good. It's a feel-good story, but the dude ain't played ball in 2 years. And at arm strength, there's no way that I'm just going to believe that it's fully recuperated. You know what I'm saying? And I think he catches, he get banged up a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see what happens exactly with him. But I think that, he'll still be good enough to make it shake. It says, do y'all think we dodged a bullet by Cleveland drafting Corey Coleman before we drafted Will Fuller? Or would it have turned out different if the picks were opposite, meaning Cleveland got Fuller and Houston got Coleman?
honestly, we can't say and we can't properly assess Corey Coleman because he was playing with the Browns and he didn't have any real true quarterbacks or any other weapons to truly take the shit off of him until last year when you had David Njoku. Yeah, and when Flash Gordon came in. Actually, when Flash Gordon got back in the season, he was productive. So it took somebody else to take the steam off of him, but he needs a complimentary option across from him in order to be productive. He won't be productive.
Hold on 1 second. We got a call coming in. What's the motherfucking deal, Voodoo Child? What kind of sauce you want to drop on the line tonight?
What time did you come in today?
That wasn't good.
Seriously, if you had to choose a receiver for this year for wide receiver 1, would you rather Hopkins or Andre the Goat? And that's it. I'll hang up the list.
Ooh, that's a good question. Shout out to Voodoo Child, man. Appreciate you coming, man.
You didn't even try to do like a draw with it. Come on, man.
Wait.
What time did the sauce start today?
Wait, hold on.
You okay, Wink? Dang, Voodoo, you're gonna kill Wink.
I gotta mute myself, bro.
That's a tough one, man. That's a real tough question. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Damn, it might hurt me to say this because this is a situation that I don't even want to be put in, man. But
give the political correct answer. Don't go out on a limb.
Man.
Oh man.
I may go with Hop, dog. I'm just looking at what the man, but then again, like I say, it's hard to say because of the situation, the system that Andre was in. I think that given the opportunity and having a quarterback, Andre could do the same. I think Andre had the overall, like I say, height. I want to say his routes were just a little bit more pristine. But I think when it comes down, I think Hop just has better hands. But I think speed, body type, when it comes down to that, I think Andre wins all those things. But Hop just has amazing hands. And it's a tough one, man.
Wait. Did he say receiver number 1?
No, receiver number 1. If you had a choice out of Hopkins, if you had to start over, I didn't even remember the exact question. Now, if it was starting over today, if you had to choose out of Hopkins or Andre as your receiver 1,
I mean, I'll have Hopkins I'll have Andre at the 1, Hopkins at the 2, and then put Will Fuller at the slot. I mean, that fits the situation right there.
That's my receiver.
You're picking Dre over Hop then.
I just said I'll have.
Yeah, honestly, I would take.
You said you can only have one. You said the question was you can only have one. If you can only have one.
Oh.
So
I'm biased. I'm gonna say Dre. Dre and his man, Jesus.
Like I say, that's what I say, man. The thing is, I think Dre was just fucked over by the Kubiak way of things, man. And then with Arian Foster eating it all up in the red zone, he never gave Dre the opportunity in the red zone to show his true skill set. I don't think that.
If the situation is Dre with Deshaun Watson throughout his entire career, then most definitely, it's not, man, because he was getting 115, 112, 111, like 100-yard seasons out of Kubiak, and Schaub and just trash can receivers. Could you imagine if he could roll out and what his red zone production would have been? It would have been crazy, man.
It's too much.
I think I would take Hop over Dre.
I can't do it.
It's a tough one for me, man. It's a real tough one, man. It hurts my soul.
It's definitely a tough one, but I think I'd take Hop over Dre.
I say because, like I say, the things that you have with Dre is just like I say, the things you have with Hop is just Hop has made some of the most ridiculous catches you've ever seen in your life, and I say Dre
with some of the worst.
Yeah, and Dre hadn't had some of those, but Dre just the speed, the power, the route running, Dre used to be able to get behind folks. The thing that used to kill me is because Schaub couldn't throw the deep ball. And you know how many times Dre had to come back on a go route to come back and catch a fucking Schaub pass. That shit used to kill me every time. You see Dre start slowing up and having to wait. That's why he never got to see, man. He easily should have had double-digit touchdowns every year.
Yeah.
Your quarterback was not capable. Now, I mean, Kubiak, that's something he should have saw from. That's why there's a lot of little things that just kill me about Kubiak because you were so committed to fucking Schaub. And you really hindered Andre's career, in my opinion. And that's like I said, you had a chance. You love this third tier backup more than one of the greatest wide receivers that will, in my opinion, that ever played the game. But it's not. The numbers aren't going to show certain things because of the offensive system he was in. But you'd rather stick to your guns with this guy than allow this other dude to eat and produce. You know what I'm saying? And so it just kills me.
I'm gonna go far,
not to mention running the most predictable offense.
Yeah. Huh?
I'm gonna go farther than that, Honcho. I'm gonna say he's stunted Owen Daniels' production because Owen Daniels could have been far more productive. And I'm gonna throw this play out here. And he was honestly consistent when he got the ball. He made shit happen. He's what Braxton Miller is right now. He was always open, but they just weren't throwing the ball. Kevin Walter
was solid.
Kevin Walter would have been phenomenal. Kevin Walter would have been Jordy Nelson before Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy.
I agree.
Easy.
See, a lot of people always thought, "Oh, Kevin Walter, he's just a blocker," but that's because they
No,
didn't put him in the
no.
situation. They
He
never gave him his
did his
opportunity.
job.
That man, Rob
Kevin Walter was big. He would body your ass. Like, he was aggressive when he would go catch the ball. He made tough-ass and his routes were crisp as fuck. And I'm not even going to talk about his awareness. His awareness was phenomenal, bro.
Walter was solid, though.
I don't know, man.
But it did not help that we had Kubiak's that predictable Kubiak offense.
Man.
Yeah. First play
I can even go as far as to say Garrett Graham as well, because Garrett Graham and Owen Daniels were very fucking productive under Gary Kubiak in that particular scheme. But if you have a player if you take that exact same team with Deshaun Watson and what he did just last year with that O-line that we had back then, Jesus Christ, bro, we talking about 47 to 50 touchdowns a season.
Okay, we got a call coming in. Hopefully, let's see who we got in the who we got splash some sauce on the line tonight.
It's Josh Cooper.
Josh, what's the motherfucking deal?
What's up, y'all? I just want to say, I always had this debate with my mom about if Watson comes in and wins a few Super Bowls for the organization, you see him being seen as a greater overall player than Andre was for the organization.
Yeah. Super Bowl trump everything.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Super Bowl does trump over everything.
Yeah.
And we never got a football Super Bowl.
Andre would still be my favorite, but in terms of how his status would be, he definitely would take that spot.
Because what's going to happen is that Andre's always going to be a GOAT in Houston, but Watson, when you win a Super Bowl, that's when these motherfuckers who ain't never even fucked with you before, who ain't never had no love for Houston, all of a sudden, I've been loving Watson since Clemson, and they start, back in high school, I've been fucking with Watson. I love Houston too. You gonna have the motherfucking bandwagon start crawling up out the sewer and shit, just talking about niggas you ain't never seen before.
Yeah,
and
I will say though, Watson is bandwagon bait. Andre Johnson. I mean, if you didn't really see Andre Johnson play, you wouldn't know how great of a wide receiver he was. Though he was very well respected amongst the NFL.
Right.
Like if
the players and the coaches knew who he was, he kept dudes up at night. But it's just like you just said, Hector. You had to have watched him or seen him on a Monday night or Sunday night game, because we didn't get a lot of, like nationally televised games, especially back then.
He deserved the hype Megatron had.
Yeah.
Way more.
Yeah.
Man, shout out Jay Dills. He said, man, for those who picked Hopkins, we were talking about Dre versus Hopkins, all it would take is for DeAndre to show up in practice with a person, they would change their mind.
God damn, wow. Mate.
Dude, I don't care what he comes in with, as long as he goes out and balls.
It's whatever's in that purse helping him catch this shit. Hey,
Yeah,
that motherfucker. Is he Gucci?
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck he
I'll be like Bill O'Brien, just straight up. I don't care as long as it works.
Yeah, straight up, man. Straight up. I hate his fashion sense, but you know, it is what it is.
That's on him.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna drop a poll. That's a good one. So yeah, that's the question VD said with Watson, straightforward. So we're gonna put the poll out here. If you had that's a good question. I see Hopkins clearly beat Dez when it came to Dez or Hopkins.
Yeah.
So let's bring it all the way to the city. You know, either one of them got Andre in their goddamn name. So shit. You know, one of them Andre motherfuckers gonna be good. Let's do that with Watson.
Coutinho.
Coutinho Mobley.
I'm watching Big Three.
The cat? What?
Yeah, he
watching Big Three?
Yeah.
Yeah, Coutinho Mobley plays for, I forgot what they were called. I know they were blue. Like high
He's
power.
still playing?
Yeah, he playing right now.
He plays in the Big Three.
Big Three.
Shit, he was trying to come back and play a couple of years ago when he was old as shit. Out there looking like Dr. J and shit with all the gray.
Big Three is like
nice,
the most nostalgic, most saddest thing anybody could watch.
Yeah.
And I went to it live. And I was just like, man, dude, I feel like I could go to the rec center and this is the same thing.
God, yeah. Well, you just see potential on the decline. Ain't that a bitch?
But I got to see Scalabrini take on Birdman, so that was pretty cool.
Birdman.
No.
What was his name?
Chris Anderson.
Yeah, he was.
It was a horrible game.
Oh.
It took them like a good 30 minutes to get to 25 points.
Good grief.
Oh my god!
And that's just to get to halftime.
Wow.
It says, Chandler says, okay, let's just say Deshaun Watson and the O-line stays healthy during the season. If we do reach the AFC Championship game and the Super Bowl, what would the city of Houston's reaction be to win? Oh, it'd be crazy, man. You thought the Astros parade was big. Football is just a different animal entirely. I'm talking about they're going to shut down the freeway. They're going to shut shit down.
We're gonna
Astros parade times a million.
We're gonna pop up a Salt Sports tent right there. We're gonna have bottles of champagne, popping champagne.
The whole city will close down.
Exactly. We're gonna Salt Sports tent gonna have strippers. We're gonna have BBWs twerking and all that good shit.
I will go on the brain. I can't. I mean, my wife can't have no more kids. But like, if I was having a baby, bro, I don't even think I could be there, bro. I'd have to. I'd have to though. Like,
there will be a ton of Super Bowl babies in Houston named DeAndre, Sean, JJ. They're not gonna have a name for each J, but they're gonna have a kid named JJ.
Yeah,
do you know how much money would be made for the city if this happened? Like we're already getting money anyway because we hustle town. But like,
and if you thought the lines at Academy was ridiculous to buy a World Series championship shirt, just imagine how beyond retarded it'll be to get a Super Bowl champion shirt.
It'll be game over. You might as well make your own.
We're gonna have to come out with our own shirts if they're gonna be selling out at Academy.
Do you know how many tattoo shops finna increase it, bro? Like tattoo shops in Houston is gonna be fucking crazy, bro. What? Like everybody gonna be getting. I got my ink already. I've been on like 6 years ago. Like you know what I'm saying? Like. Man,
and don't forget the Houston Texans styrofoam cups that are going to be ridiculous.
Oh, man. Oh, God, bro.
Trust me. Because, the city already show love and they support one another, no matter what. But if something like that was to happen, it's going to be game over.
Do you know how many songs Paul Wall going to make after that? Like, Kiki,
Bun B featuring Paul Wall and Slim Thug and Zero.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Travis Scott's going to be in the parade for some odd reason.
Oh, God. Not him.
Shit, James Harden going to rent out the whole strip club for the whole team, the whole squad.
Yeah,
Travis Scott's going to get a new album called NRG Center.
Yeah. Something crazy going to end up happening.
It'll be wild, man.
It's going to be worse than Philadelphia. I ain't going to lie. We ain't gonna trash.
Hopefully, no one actually eats horse shit though, because that was beyond crazy.
Ain't nobody eats that crazy.
Yeah, someone in Philadelphia. Some dude in Philadelphia ate horse shit. I don't know why.
What?
Did it live?
Oh shit!
This ain't Jackass.
There's some
This
shitty
ain't
ass
Chris
fans.
Pontius and
I don't even think the guys in Jackass would do it.
Like how is that a celebration?
They did
for
do
something?
it.
Like how is that a
They
celebration?
did do that. That's
That I don't understand, man. Oh,
And like the worst part was like everybody was cheering the dude on. They're like, "Yo, eat shit, eat shit." I'm like, "What?"
Man, whatever. Hey, Jay Dizzle ain't lying though, man. That's probably the biggest fact of all that shit. If H-Town wins the Super Bowl, Drake Ho ass gonna try to come back and slide in and talk about, I've been down with the city.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He can go rep
come
the
get some
Toronto
shot.
Argonauts.
Yeah.
We got enough footage of you at fucking Toronto games. Where was you at in the series? Where was you at? I didn't see you in the sideline with JJ Watt. I didn't see you over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't see you at all. And you can't even pretend like you H-Town right now. Now, you jacked the style and you done took it to
go
another
watch the CFL.
bullshit.
Exactly. Go over there, go kick it with Manziel or some shit.
Yeah.
Go watch a hockey game.
Yeah. I know they got hockey rings galore up that motherfucker.
Yeah, next time I need to go and get that hockey team, man. We need to get that goddamn Legends football. That's what I'm waiting on. Look, that's what I'm waiting on. Here we got a call coming in. Dr. Rabbit, what's the motherfucking deal? What kind of sauce you want to drip on the line tonight? Hello? Hello?
All right.
Maybe I'm gonna make sure you there? 10-4? Radio? All right.
I'm on a Mexican radio.
Oh God, no.
I'm on a Mexican.
SPM greatest hits.
They laugh when my muffler fell.
Jay Dizzle, the Houston Aeros got sent to Des Moines, Iowa.
Damn, that's unfortunate. Oh man, let me see. He said, Dr. Rep said, if the Super Bowl, we have to pay. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna read that comment, but I see where you're going with that one, Dr. Rabbit. But I'm gonna decline to quite reading that one. But they definitely would be. You would see. I guarantee you this though. I guarantee you this because Cowboys got a lot of fake ass bandwagon fans. You got some true Cowboys fans. Just a couple of them out there, and I give them their due. But I guarantee you it'd be a bunch of that younger generation of Cowboy fans would flip the script with the quickness and become Texans fans. And you would see a large segment because right now the Texans are overwhelmingly like South Texas, Houston, South Texas kind of area is more Texans fans. But you would see that fan base grow a lot further north. If
honestly, people in Corpus and San Antonio and Austin are Texans fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a lot of Cowboys fans, too. It's like 50-50 down here, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm like, y'all closer to Houston than Dallas. What the fuck y'all got?
You just got to remember, though, for like a long time, it was just the Cowboys. Yeah. I mean, granted, there were the guys that were loyal to the Oilers, but those kind of became Tennessee Titans fans.
Yeah.
Right.
Shooting on my name is SPM. Tell y'all ain't know my boy SPM. SPM was holding, man. He had his own little thing.
And like I said, I told Paul Watt I didn't like his music. I would do the same thing to SPM if I ever met him.
Please don't blow my heart.
That's fucking shit.
Carlos.
Smoke like a hippie. Like when I was in middle school, I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. And then like I listen to it now and I'm just like, man, I wasn't even on drugs at that time. What the hell was I on? Like
Damn.
Man, you know what? Forever, I didn't even know, bro. When I used to listen, because I didn't know shit about drugs like that. Like when you used to listen to the SPM song, and I had 7 brick houses all made out of wood.
Yeah.
When he said brick houses, I was like, this dumbass nigga said he had a brick house, a literal brick house made out of wood. Yeah. But I'm not knowing he was talking about bricks like cocaine because I was a square, so I didn't know. But it is what it is. I guess it wasn't really clever, but it had my mind blown back then.
I knew that SPM didn't even take his music seriously when that song Wiggy came out, and him and like Baby Bash are like laughing while they're saying Wiggy Wiggy Wiggy. So I was like, man, even you're not taking your shit seriously, bro.
Man, all of my Mexican partners at Johnston Middle School on the Southwest, right off Braeswood, because man, they used to love SPM, bro. I could not be around them and they don't be fucking talking about SPM. Like he was a way of life back then. Like
I can't say anything because I was them.
Man.
I had to burn a CD with all his music in there, thinking I was the coolest dude driving down in my Chevy Cavalier.
That was when burning CDs was like $5-10 a pop.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't no deals back then. That was when Napster had just came. You see, y'all, man, we going back in time right now
with the terrible bass, but I still put my music all on loud, and all you can hear is
Napster, baby. That's
We talking about when burning the CD used to take about 2-3 hours. Like you know what I'm saying?
Burn CDs, you was charging niggas for labor, man. It wasn't no.
Yeah, you was.
It wasn't no just here, but shit.
And then LimeWire came in.
What's up?
Then LimeWire came in. That just changed the whole game. But then occasionally you get that one song that was from a radio station.
That shit that was wild. Yeah, y'all youngsters don't know. See, y'all youngsters don't understand. Y'all don't appreciate the hard work that had to be put in to do some old shiesty shit. You know what I'm saying? Now everything's super easy. Your games, you ain't even got to. Y'all even motherfuckers don't even got to use discs no more to play games. Just download them hoes.
Honestly, if you weren't born in the 80s to see that shit going on in 97, because that's when you could say like burning CDs was like the top end thing to do, you know, at that point in time. Honestly, if you not born between that time, you don't really know, man. Like back then, that shit used to take forever. It used to take all your school money because you be waiting. Whoever burns CDs, my homeboy Yorn Peck, nigga, my motherfucker Indian partner, nigga, he used to. I remember this motherfucker like it was yesterday, bro. Make me a mixed CD, nigga. He would tell me how long it took to take. Man, it took me about 2 hours to make this bitch. But yeah, you got it $5 every time. Like
Jay Dizzle knows the struggle, man. Dude had dial-up.
$5 was a lot of them. That took out of my fucking Dorito pie. Like I had to eat them hoes. Like
hold on, we got a call coming in. What's the motherfucking deal, Dr. Rabbit, man? What kind of sauce you want to spill on the line, babe? Hola.
I watched this video about this guy. He's kind of a stand-up comedian, but he's also a Cowboys fan. His name is Raymond Horta.
Horta. See, tell me more.
And he did this stand-up comedy show where, and this was like back when Tony Romo was still in the league. Zakaria, don't act like you hate Romo. # Romosexual, man. I know what you've been doing.
What?
All right. Keep it going, Dr. Rabbit.
He explains this. What if Tony Romo left Dallas? He explains this. He's a very big fan of comedy. So he said this. If Tony Romo, and it would be hilarious, if Tony Romo left Dallas, goes to Houston, and wins the Super Bowl for the Texans.
That shit would have been crazy.
Game over. You'd have seen you thought the Schaub jersey burning was a thing. You'd have seen some unspeakable shit happening. You'd seen a bunch of people convert because it was like I said, there was a lot of fake cowboy. They just Romo fans because the Romo hype was real. You know what I'm saying? Because I think certain QBs like transcend certain things. The Romo hype was real, even though he didn't really have a resume that was that great. You know what I'm saying?
I had a few friends that were Cowboys fans, and they hated Romo.
No word.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand what the hell you just said because my phone made it way too inaudible to hear. But I think you're probably.
Oh, you're still on the line?
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought he hung up a long time ago and shit. Like we just over here talking and shit.
Oh man, you ain't lying. Oh man, but Yeah, I don't know, man. If that would have happened, I'd love to see Dallas Cowboy fans then, because you'd have to admit that it was your team. You know, I mean, that's all it was. If he would have came to Houston that year and won it, I mean, it'd have been a bunch of sad Cowboy fans. But man, like I said, y'all don't appreciate. Look, y'all don't appreciate it, y'all youngsters. Y'all got Wi-Fi everywhere. Shit, even if you ain't got Wi-Fi, you still Mickey D's Wi-Fi. What no Wi-Fi? Dial-up. This shit was loud. You had to fucking get on. You couldn't sneak in the middle of the night, get on. People knew what you was up to.
If we being real, bro, I didn't know what Wi-Fi was till about 10 years ago.
Your mom called, like makes a phone call while in the middle while you're watching porn.
We talking about when you used to want to watch porn. What? When you used to want to watch porn, if you found somebody porn, you had to rewind that hoe, like right where they had it, put it right back in the exact spot you found it. Like y'all don't know the struggles.
Man, I'm telling you. And if you saw it on the internet, it wasn't no video. It was just pictures because
pictures.
Video take you.
You had to pay $30-$40 a month to see porn back in the gap.
Take you shit. That shit. I'm telling y'all don't know about that action, man. Y'all ain't.
No.
Do you know that one spot behind in the Blockbuster, the one with the curtain?
Oh, hold on. I see we got a couple of calls coming. Let me I pause the sauce line for a second. Let me boot that back up. Y'all call back in, man. I see we got a couple of folks trying to call in. We'll take a couple more calls before we wrap it up. But like I say, man, y'all don't understand the struggle, man. Y'all, like I said, y'all download the games and shit. Y'all don't understand shit. If you wasn't careful with the game, man, I used to make sure when the game come out, you put that bitch directly back in the motherfucking case. Dog. I was pristine with my game because it took one scratch.
I still am like that.
It was done deal.
Yeah,
Ring of Death.
What's the
Xbox?
Yeah, Ring of Death.
What's the motherfucking deal, Joshua? What kind of sauce you want to spill on the line this evening?
Oh yeah, man. I was just wondering. I was like, man, if Deshaun probably win the Super Bowl like before his rookie contract up. So what do y'all think his contract will look like in terms of like millions of dollars he'll probably receive?
Oh.
They pay
highest paid player in the NFL.
We're gonna talk about that. That's a good one.
All right, man.
I appreciate the call. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's going with that. Yeah, he'd probably be the highest paid player in the league. I think he would, especially being a quarterback. Because that's what happened with what's his name, Flacco. And Flacco's trash. You know what I'm saying? He timed it just right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Watson definitely would be the better investment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shit, Kirk Cousins got 3-year, $84 million full guaranteed, and he didn't even make the playoffs last season. So,
you ain't lying, Voodoo. The fucking Skinamax with the old soft core fucking porn.
Bro, Red Shoe Diaries on Showtime, bro. Y'all don't know when I used to stay up all night to watch
what y'all know about Real Sex on HBO?
Bro, what do I know?
Taxi Cab Confession. What y'all know about that, man?
The Bunny House.
Man, yeah.
Motherfucker, dude, we got calling in on the sauce line this evening.
Me so horny.
That sounds like a personal problem.
All right.
All right.
Anyway, look,
all right.
Yeah, I'm talking about that what was it? Real Sex used to go live. Fucking
yep.
The Taxi Cab Confessions used to go live.
Man, yes.
Taxi Cab
you used to
Confessions
see them.
Wow, they need to bring that shit back.
Bro, they used to be topping people off in the back seat and shit. And dude, you see, that's some New York shit for real, bro. It's like you can be in the East Coast city like that, he won't even pull over and kick you up out the car. He gonna get his taxi. He gonna get his fare. Fuck that.
As long as you paying, you staying. Shit. That shit there fucking wild.
Motherfuckers are living their best life on that show.
Man, motherfuckers, they be having dope fiends in that business, telling us some of them stories you would hear about the motherfuckers. It'd be motherfuckers who had money just fucking off, and man, my parents, they were rich and came out here and just started doing heroin and started, just living a shitty life, and motherfuckers just be telling some off the wall ass story. That shit was interesting though. Look good for them. Not so much for me.
Bro, they'll just never even know shit about like Def Comedy Jam. like Def Comedy Jam and Mother. You'll never know what it was like when Moesha came out, bro, and everybody ran in their house to go watch that.
Or the Parkers.
That's a throwback shit. They don't know about all that shit, man.
They don't know, bro. Like,
what's the motherfucking deal? We got called in on the sauce line.
Sports React.
What's the motherfucking deal, Sports React? What kind of sauce you want to drip on the line tonight?
Do you think the Texans would have drafted Deshaun Watson if Brock Osweiler would have beat the Patriots in the division round?
No, I think they'd have fell for the okie dokie.
Man.
I would have still drafted Deshaun Watson.
It would have been a smart thing.
I don't know, man.
Brock Osweiler needed to bring me a Super Bowl for me to make that decision.
Yeah, and even still, I still wouldn't have been impressed.
But I think how I think we would have been in a Jaguars like situation, where they relying on that defense and feel like, well, as long as he can be good enough to get us there, then I think they'd probably try to stick with him. But I don't know, man, because what's some kind of they was beefing beforehand, so that's a good question because shit, he only came back in because Savage had the concussion or whatever, huh? So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. They might have still moved on from him, but if he'd but I mean, winning cures everything. So if he'd have went in there and beat the Patriots finally, they might have kept that motherfucker, man. Like
I think they would have kept him, but honestly, the best thing for them to do still would have been to get Deshaun Watson. Mm-hmm. But I think because of the scrutiny that they got, and because the media played such a big part in when he came here, and fans was on the team head. I think regardless if he would have won a Super Bowl or not, like if he would have won us a Super Bowl, we would have felt good about it, but we wouldn't have felt good about it. Mm-mm. Like I honestly thinking about it in retrospect, I wouldn't be happy like if he won us a Super Bowl. Like,
it would it's the equivalent of Trent Dilfer winning a Super Bowl for the Ravens.
Exactly. Like it wouldn't have been on him. Like he wouldn't have made. Like I put it to you like this. He wouldn't have made the game winning throws the way he did in that Week 6 game against the Colts. That was the only game I could say he won in the Texas uniform. And you can maybe say the Raiders game. Outside of that, he wasn't even really that impressive throughout the season. His first 2 games were decent, but that was about it.
Okay. I'm gonna shut off the sauceline. I see if y'all want to get a couple little more texts in. I'll read a couple more texts, but we're gonna wrap up the calls, get ready to start kind of winding down here shortly. Matter of fact, let me go back and check that last poll because I'm gonna see who ended up winning. DeAndre ended up winning that last one between DeAndre and Andre, so that's interesting. But my thing is, I think with just kind of the ups and downs that we saw from him, I think we might end up fucking around and letting him go and just tried to upgrade because then we'd have felt better about repeating because if we won because there was games that we won in spite of Brock Osweiler's play. You know what I mean? That he was just there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so with all that talent, I mean, because I just don't understand like how you can't hit DeAndre Hopkins. Like how is that an issue? All you got to do is put it in the vicinity.
You know what?
I mean, his best receiver was Federowicz.
Yeah. You know what was so funny about that season? When you go back and you really go listen, like motherfuckers on Sports 610 was talking about DeAndre Hopkins was the problem. Wow. Seth Payne literally was saying that. Like he was quitting on routes, he was doing this, he was doing that. The motherfucker was getting beat up all season. And you talking about he quitting and he ain't doing what he can and he this and that. Bro, he wasn't trying to die.
Exactly.
Like he wasn't trying to die. But the moment Tom Savage, Heineke, TJ Yates and Watson get in the game, he got 13 touchdowns leading the league over guys like Antonio Brown and Julio Jones. Exactly. Come on, man. Dudes is so fucking stupid. Like I don't get it, bro. Dudes is stupid. Great.
Man. Okay, let's see. I see Chandler says, do you think Deshaun Watson is the next Warren Moon? I think he takes us further than Warren Moon. I think he takes us to the promised land eventually, so I think he'll be better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. When it's all said and done, he'll be the best quarterback that's ever been in Houston, period.
Yeah.
Best black quarterback, too.
Yeah.
He'll go down in the books. And I saw somebody hit me yesterday saying Eric Mangini was hating. I must have missed the Mangini hate.
I told y'all.
Because the part I saw.
I had sent the video to y'all.
Okay,
I sent the video in the chat.
I'm going to have to go back and watch that because the little clip I seen of him today, he was just kind of, he ain't seemed to be just too negative on it, but he wasn't like showing him a whole lot of love, but it wasn't just, he was just, we kind of got to see what he was working with. And then he kind of was just talking about it. Actually, he seemed like, he was like, man, when you watch him at Clemson, he's done something. It's like, y'all are talking about Lamar Jackson, but Deshaun Watson was another level. The way he ran with the ball was just, it was way better than Lamar. The shit I saw, he was like I say, he was actually showing him more love. Like so.
Yeah, I saw. That's what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Now the one the other day, like he was really on some smug, like matter of fact, Sports React when he called, it's so funny because under that comment I made a comment. about because the analysis that he made was lazy as fuck. It was so vanilla. You got decades, like when you think of a panel like that, y'all have like 7 decades combined experience coaching and playing, and this is the best. You coached at a high level, and this is the best analysis that y'all like. When I listen to him, especially like even when the Seahawks, I remember he was on First Things First and Undisputed and shit like that. I remember him on Undisputed distinctly. And he was like, yeah, we going to get blown out by the and he going to do it. He ain't going to do this and he going to do that. But then a couple days later, he throw 400 touchdowns. He threw 400 yards with like 4 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? To only lose by 3 points. And he was not the reason we lost. Nobody blamed Deshaun Watson. If you do blame Deshaun Watson, shame on you. Go kill yourself.
Here's the deal. Somebody texted in saying, "Can we talk about why sports fan entertainment keeps downplaying Deshaun Watson? Because he's afraid. I mean, there's no. It's just a hate. Like I guarantee you this: if Deshaun Watson was a Titans QB, he'd be all over his dick talking about he's the next MVP. He'd be talking. Come on, like Titans fans are delusional because, like I say, try to have a conversation with some, because what they did a while back, I told y'all on Twitter, is they took Mariota's 6 best games, a streak of his. They went and found throughout his career, tried to find his best 6 games, not his first 6, the best 6 that they could put together in a row, and to compare it to Watson. Well, this proves that Watson's going to fall off because look at y'all. He was like he didn't start off good. Mariota started off mediocre and it had like a good patch in the middle of that, and then fell back off. That's what that says. You've yet to see Watson hit the decline. So until he hits the decline, you can't put him in the camp. Well, that proves nothing. And I told him, like, y'all made a piss poor. Oh, you don't know what correlation means. Yeah, you comparing 2 things, but your correlation is piss poor because it doesn't fucking make any sense. You're comparing a dude who ain't won shit, you know what I'm saying, who's not as talented as this guy, and you took his best 6, not his first 6, not his rookie year. You went in like the middle of his sophomore year, which means this is a guy who's been working with these receivers. This is a guy who's had experience in the NFL already, not a guy who came out as a second string guy, not a guy who didn't work with any of those guys, then got injured, again, getting acclimated in his first year. You're talking about a guy who has NFL experience, the guy who's been working with the shit, has experience under the coach. He knows how this thing works, and then still just kind of had a lucky streak. This is a dude coming in trying to figure out the league and taking it by storm at the same fucking time. But they trying to argue me down, and then, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you hate math. They try to hit me with PFF. I'm like, PFF is trash. I'm like, Mariota. I'm like, Mariota just had a trash ass season. Well, PFF said it was his best season by far.
I remember 13? That. You know what? Yeah. I remember you was on Twitter when that happened.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. That was like when I first got back on Twitter, and I actually seen that, and I was reading them comments, and it was just like. And then some, like after you said the PFF shit, then you was like, yeah, dudes don't care about stats. If you don't care about stats, then why? Like, so I forgot what he had said. I forgot what he said. It was somebody like you don't like that the motherfucker that never played football would say.
To be honest, if you compare Jameis Winston's stats to Mariota's stats, Jameis Winston got better stats.
Way better
stats.
Way better.
So,
but I mean, even to try to compare him to Mariota, that's just ridiculous. And then plus, Deshaun Watson's first start was probably like his roughest outing, but that was just because he was working with a simple offense, and then he still contributed with a 50+ yard touchdown.
Shit, ain't had no tight ends, ain't had no fucking receivers, wasn't working with nothing. Shit, that's what I'm saying. Like, people got to realize Deshaun Watson's first couple of games could have been better, but we were missing talent. There was no Will Fuller early on. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Jalen Strong was getting loved. He couldn't get no rapport with Jalen Strong because he got cut like the next game. Didn't have no tight ends initially, and he still balled out. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like that's the crazy thing about it. People don't look at the important details. Like, we were not a fully.
Then you wonder why dudes like Jalen Ramsey got so much respect for him, because he's seen everything we talking about right now.
Exactly. And like I say,
I think in the end of it all, though, I think it's just that the experts don't like mobile quarterbacks.
No, they don't.
And he's not even a mobile quarterback.
But what you got to look at is
He's
there's
not
different
even a
generations. Like the generation, like in
Right.
old school generations, don't like when the game is changing. They don't like shit
Right.
was in transitioning. Hey, it's a new day and age because then they become irrelevant. They start realizing their
Right.
age and be like, damn. That's why I say I like being in this little middle area right now because
Right.
you know, not too young, but not too old. When you're too young, you just don't know a lot of shit about what happened in the past
Right.
and why things are the way they are. But when you're too old, you can't embrace what's happening. You know what I'm saying? You can't accept what's
Yeah.
happening. You still worried about the fucking leather helmets and shit. You know, I should have never moved away from these fancy face masks. They worried about the bullshit. So that's why I say, man, you got to take what these people say with a grain of salt because in the end of the day, we're all human beings. Even us with Salt Sports, man. There's going to be biases. It's Houston. We want Houston to win, so there's going to be favorable. We're going to look for the favorable outcomes for Houston, but we're going to be realistic at the same time and say, okay, this is just an immovable force. We ain't gonna win this. The odds are against us in this situation. But people are biased, even if they're supposed to be commenting from a neutral perspective. They have connections within the NFL to different guys on different teams. They're gonna say different shit that may favor their friends or favor something that puts them in a better situation. You just don't know what's really going on behind the scenes, especially with it being a good old boy club with such a tight knit fraternity that guys are gonna say shit that makes sense. Like. It kills me. What kills me out of everybody though? Chris fucking Carter kills me.
Sometimes he does. Yeah,
But Chris Carter kills me back from his playing days. Who was that he was hating on? Michael Irvin. When Chris Carter had his own little issues, but he was trying to air Michael Irvin out. Because wasn't it him that told us like his wife some shit or something like that? Chris Carter did some hoe shit, like some real hoe shit, like some old.
Chris Carter was a prima donna.
Yeah. But I remember when he tried to compare himself to Hopkins, like, yeah, well, he did, with a couple, but I did the same thing. I had to play with a few quarterbacks myself. I was still late.
Nigga, you played with Randall Cunningham and Dante Culpepper. What are you talking
Dante Culpepper.
Dude, Vikings fans don't even acknowledge him like that. They talk more about Randy Moss than they talk about Chris Carter.
Exactly.
Yeah,
absolutely. Don't get me wrong. He was one of the most consistent players once he got to Minnesota. He wasn't that when he was on the Eagles.
Yeah.
It's your fault you were a drug addict.
Exactly. That's
your
that shit
fault
when
you have your shit together.
I hate that shit. It's one thing like to if you lived a lifestyle and you did some shit and to reform yourself, but don't go hating on anybody else because you feel like now I'm holding. Well, I overcame it. Now I'm holding it down. Like I say, when I talk about shit that I've been through, I ain't hating on nobody who did anything else. I'm just saying, hey, me for myself, I had to make some change. I had to swap it up. Anybody who doing what they doing, if they able to do what they do, hey. Congratulations to you, man. Like, but I'm not going to go back and hate him. That's what I don't like about him. He's a fucking hypocrite, dog. Like you had to do what you had to do to get through your situation. Now you feeling smug and trying to talk down on everybody. That was the thing that killed me about him with the Irvin thing and all that other shit. Like, man, shut your bitch up.
Nobody can ever say we biased because you didn't heard me on record say trade J.J. Watt. Oh man, I'm critical of Bernard McKinney and his weight. I wasn't too keen on some of these picks that we got. You didn't heard me be very critical as well as other guys on the round table. We all have had some sort of skepticism when it comes to this team. So we're far from biased.
Yeah.
We're far from biased. You can't call me biased because if I was biased, I would say nothing negative about this football team, period. I have a certain amount of pessimism. And you know what? I would be like fans in the chat had I not talked about sports and I did do sports commentary. It's different doing it, having to report the news, having to be real with yourself and the fan base, talking about something objectively and actually knowing what you're talking about, just being a fan of a team. You know what I'm saying? It's totally different. It is totally different. And everybody on this panel knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's not the same when you on camera, when you get to put your name on some shit and people can call you out for it. It's totally different. You get to hide in the chat. We can't.
Exactly. Yeah, man, y'all hit that like button, man. It looks Voodoo trying to show y'all some love. Look, y'all don't want no end of the month. Y'all ain't trying to win no sauce merch at the end of the month. Voodoo say one more like. He trying to throw $1 million in your sauce account. That's gonna get you that much closer to getting you to look. I'm showing y'all some of this super saucy merch right here because this the end of the month right here. Ain't no more of these gonna be sold. The link in the description if you want these because I'm gonna consolidate the store. So this is at a different store than all the rest of the merch. So look, it'll be the last chance for y'all to win one of these, or you can go buy you one. But hey, whoever has the most sauce at the end of the month will get one of these lovely Sauce Sports mugs with the custom interior color. You can't see it because I got the green screen, so you can't see that I got the yellow. You know what I'm saying? The yellow drip on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Voodoo, I think, got the green action. And shout out to Persuasion because I believe he got the all black. You know what I'm saying? That black on black looking lovely. So all I'm saying is, hey, green over yellow. I don't know about that, but all right. I don't. You know, with your avocado cup. Okay. You know, I don't know about that, but I got the bumblebee action going on over here. So don't hate on the cup, Voodoo. You know. But I'm just saying, what are the features of the mug? Well, you have a pristine aerodynamic handle that allows you to grasp without any kind of airflow friction. So, you know, when you need your morning coffee, you need your morning whiskey, whatever it is that you put in the cup, that's on you. Okay. I can't tell you what to put in the cup, but you know, there will be no friction when you see the hand. Bow. Look at that. Did you see that? No bumping. No, just bow right there. Pristine aerodynamic handle, you know. The interior is made of dragon lard so that, you know, you have, superior drink holdability. Have you ever seen a dragon leak? You've never seen a dragon leak. So that is used to secure, you know, so that it doesn't crack. So make sure that, you know, that you get some of that. And then this special design, handcrafted. So, I mean, you can't get this anywhere else. So, you know, make sure you get you some of that. So, I mean, this I'm telling you, this is one of a kind aerodynamics to get you one of those Sauce Sports mugs. But nah, just talking shit. But you know what I'm saying? If, we got another text. We'll take this last text, man, and then we're gonna wind up wrapping it up. But I fucks with y'all, man. I fucks with y'all. You said Sports Fan Entertainment said most of Watson TDs were in garbage time. Okay. Okay.
The Titans are garbage.
Yeah, he
time.
did say that.
Yeah, but here,
and you know what was so funny? He was like, bro, like 17 of his touchdowns were in the pocket.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, but here,
that's fucking dumb.
How much of that was garbage time on the Titans? The entire game? Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. That's probably so. There probably was a significant amount of garbage time because the Titans are garbage. But like I say, it's all cool when you sit there and spew that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not accountable for the things that he says. You know what I mean? That's the thing that bothers me because he talked all that trash early in the year. Then when they ain't want no smoke, when they got blew out the fucking water, didn't want you ain't got nothing to say.
He made so many excuses and like, I'm not tripping. He was like, yeah, we got our ass kicked. Yes, we got our ass kicked, but I'm not worried. It's still early in the season. Yeah. We don't worry. I'm not worried. We still have to see the Jaguars again. I was like, bro, shit, bro, just take this L, bro.
And you barely beat Tom Savage.
And that's what
exactly. Like Derrick Henry's best game against us was that game, and he got that 70-something yard touchdown in garbage time. Exactly. So he can't talk about garbage time when y'all getting garbage time stats against us in order to even win ball games.
Exactly.
Like, get out of here, bro. Well, like the last time y'all beat us,
y'all gave up a 4th and 20?
Yeah.
Because man, like I say, man, we know what it is. Again, you know. We know how to take our L's and we know how to dissect and say, okay, hey, this was the problem. You know, this was an issue. You know, they came in there, they beat our ass. You know, hey, there was games we didn't have a chance in. You know, Kansas City like what not look last year. You know, we took that and it was what it was. You know, even though it looked a little bit closer at the end, it was what it was. They came in and spanked us. But to sit here and just say that there's nothing you can say to justify giving up 57 points in an NFL game. I mean, there's absolutely nothing that you can say. Like, there's no validation. You came in, you got your ass handed to you. That was just clearly a better team than you were.
They got beat by 6 touchdowns.
And that's what I'm saying. Ridiculousness.
We gonna you were out of the game completely. Like, it was no nothing. And you know the worst thing about these fucking Titans fans? They had the nerve to say if Mariota plays in the second half when he had already threw 2 interceptions before the half was over, they had the nerve to say that he wins the game if he plays in the second half.
He quit.
I've seen them say it.
Yeah.
He quit for starters.
That nigga stubbed his toe and acted like he was out of there.
And then his only touchdown was a rushing touchdown.
Exactly.
And he was running for his life. He was fearing for his life on that bitch.
Delaney Walker
and apparently our defensive coordinator was scared of him.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's the head coach now.
the fucking like think about this shit, bro. So not only did Mariota throw a touchdown when all of our starters were hurt and the game was still close, Derrick Henry has the best game when a lot of our defense is hurt. But the first game, they're not talking about how we were stuffing the fuck out of him and DeMarco Murray. Exactly. They had nothing to say about that. So we can refute the facts. Like, what? Delaney Walker has made no impact for you when not playing against the Texans. He hasn't. Taywan Taylor. We supposed to be worried about Rashad Matthews. Fucking Corey Davis. Man, get out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. If you're a Titans fan, you should be ashamed of yourself when you're talking about this. And we don't even need to talk about what Dylan Cole and what a second-year Zach Cunningham, a fourth-year DJ Reader is about to do to y'all, and a fucking healthy J.J. Watt is about to do with Jadeveon Clowney, with Whitney Merciless, Duke Ejiofor, Christian Covington, Honey Badger. Bitch, get out of here. Any one of you
I'll give it to the Titans. They have a good tight end, but he's up there in age now.
Yeah, 34. Come on, man.
It's all good. Like I said, I can't wait to that game because y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we do whenever it come game week. We gonna start getting them motherfuckers ass, dog. It's going down. Like I say, just let them talk while it's safe. Motherfucker gonna be done deleted the video when the season come and shit. Once we put another 60 on their bitch ass.
I'm immediately making a response video to Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm gonna tag him in. I'm gonna post it on his page. I'm gonna be stalking the fuck out of him on Twitter until he come respect down mine. Cause now you not finna get away with this. I'm gonna go on his page and subscribe to him today, just so he can know down the road when the time comes. Like, yeah, I want you to respond to me.
Come on, Wing's about to be like,
yeah, but that's exciting. Last year on that shit, when he made that video, I was just saying, look, I'll be back during the season. And when right after that game, I forgot what I mean. I didn't even make like a big deal about the comment, like I say, because he said some old stupid shit, and I commented on his response video. I'm just like, there go that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
He made a response video to you?
No, he didn't make a response video. I'm talking about when he talking about like after that game or whatever when he had made the video.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I wish that motherfucker would. That'd be the last video he ever make. That'd be the end of Sports Fan Entertainment. That would be the end of Sports Fan Entertainment. But here's the deal, y'all, man. We go wrap it up. We ain't worried about Sports Fan. We ain't worried about the Titans. Look, the Titans. Come on, man.
I'm just saying, Wing's gonna be like, when was the last time you made your video?
Bro, stop, bro. Stop, bro. Because I was over here dying.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I turned red and I was crying.
That's wild. That's wild, man. But
watch Hard Knocks, guys. It's pretty entertaining.
Y'all got anything y'all want to say?
I might just watch this shit now, just because you said it.
Oh, shout out to everybody, man. Thanks for, staying with us. Time is valuable. I think we say this all the time, but it's just because we appreciate everything that you guys do. Make sure you subscribe to all of us, man. We're always dropping content. And go watch the Dynamo. My last video actually put where you guys can get tickets to that U.S. Open Cup game that's next month. I know it's a month away, but still, tickets are only $29. I know y'all can afford $29. So, just putting that out there.
Show love to the Dynamo.
Man, just shout out to the Sauce, man. We appreciate y'all coming through. I can't wait to rewatch this stream because I didn't watch it at all. I'm grinding on mud right now. So,
plus you were dying from laughter.
Yeah, I was dying from laughter. This was a great fucking show. Whoever that was that called in, you the real MVP. Straight up. I'm going to say, man, cut that shit, bro. Cut that part of the damn video. I need that. Because I need to post that on Instagram or some shit. Because that shit was entirely too funny. I needed that laugh. And this is why we love the Sauce, man. We love to give y'all, and we like to give to y'all. And, hey, we don't mind giving back to y'all at all times. So, shout out to the real MVPs with the Sauce Nation.
Absolutely.
Yep. Shout out to everybody. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe. And fuck you if you don't like the stream. So, that's all I got to say.
And shout out to Hugh Jackson, because we wouldn't be laughing if it wasn't for him today.
Oh God, he the MVP, bro.
Yeah, even though he probably on borrowed time right now, but we'll see what happens with that. But man, yeah, Sauce Nation, man, we appreciate y'all. Y'all are real motherfucking fresh ingredients. I mean, seriously, like I say, it ain't about just talking shit because I mean, y'all make this shit worthwhile, man. Like so I say, it ain't just it started out as something fun, but like I mean, we enjoy the interaction. You know what I'm saying? We enjoy giving y'all a platform to speak on, man. We enjoy the fact that y'all are just y'all come through, y'all show love, man, and that just makes it worthwhile, man. Again, like I say, the calls, man, it's almost just as entertaining for us as it is, as far as entertaining y'all. But yeah, make sure tomorrow it's not going to be at 7:00. Tomorrow will be 6:00. We are an hour before the game, so we're gonna have a pregame show. We're gonna have a pregame show looking lit, with the graphics and shit like last time. We're gonna have it lit. We're gonna have it fired up. We're gonna have our picks for the preseason and all that other good stuff, man. Man, tell your friend, man. If look here, this is what I'm asking y'all, man. If y'all know real Texans fans, if y'all know people who really fuck with the Texans, all you gotta do is tell them to give it one shot. Tell them to give it one shot. And somebody hit that like button, man. Look, y'all want that sauce? Hit that like button. Tell them to give it one shot. Tell them, man, I know about this stream. It's lit. It's better than any other shit that you fucking with in the city, man. Give them one shot and we'll do the rest. You introduce them to the sauce, man, and we'll do the rest. We'll make them a fresh flavor, man.
And if they come in, tell them to say who referred you to the sauce so we can give you major love and an extra phone. Yeah,
exactly. Whoever if they refer you tell us who referred, or you tell them to refer you to the sauce. Look, you get sauce point referrals. That'll go to your sauce account. And that'll lead you to getting you some sauce merch. That's only right. That's legit.
What about 2 million, Honcho?
2 million per referral?
2 million. Why not?
Okay.
Why not? Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Okay, that's work. That's because that's efforts. That's bringing a new body into the sauce. So I will offer, and Voodoo, you keep me on track on this. Per sauce referral. Here's the deal. If they subscribe, we see the little subscribe thing up there. If you bring in a new subscriber, that's 2 million in your sauce account. I think that's fair. I think if you bring somebody, introduce them to the sauce. Like I said, all you got to do is introduce them. It's like an affiliate program. You just introduce them. We'll take care of the rest. You introduce them to the sauce, man. They become a subscriber. You're going to get motherfucking me. You're going to get motherfucking me 2 million in the sauce account. That's for putting in work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because if y'all be just becoming, look, if you just don't be Jay Bird and Jay Bird say what's up to the round table. I ain't forget about you. Don't be just bringing in your whole bunch of fake accounts and changing all that shit. We gonna pay attention to that. We'll know what's what with that. But you know what I'm saying? Just make sure to let them know who referred them, and we gonna make sure you get that love, man, because that's what it's all about. We're trying to grow this thing. We're trying to give the people in the city a real outlet. You know what I'm saying? We ain't, like I say, ain't nobody got their thumb on the back of our head and shit. You know what I'm saying? Telling us what we can and can't say. You know what I'm saying? Or we don't like the stories you did today, scuffing them motherfuckers and shit up at 6'10", you stupid ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Because they under pressure, man. We gonna give it to you like we feel. We gonna give it to you the real. But with that being said, man.
Yeah, man. We're making 6'10" as uncomfortable as Baker Mayfield was with Hugh Jackson.
Look, man. Man, you just started something. Hold on, look, hold on. Man, let me write this down real quick. All right, cool. You just gave me a thing. But appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. We're going to get up out of here. Cush Den at 10. Make sure y'all sliding that man up. Going to be in the mix tonight. Y'all got to just tune in. We're going to be talking about some good stuff, man. So if y'all want to continue to have some good conversation later on, cushden.com will take you right there. 10 o'clock, we'll be on that. But with that being said, I'm chugging up a deuce. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Appreciate the round table. Hey, man, we out. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Most of all, y'all stay saucy. Adios.